Yo, what's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here, and today it is time for episode 1 of my brand new YouTube series, SHANKSY Strikes! Stick around and let's get into some Alliance War, baby. What is going on, boys and girls? Can you do that? Today, we are kicking off with a brand new series for Marvel Strike Force, SHANKSY Strikes, and I shall be your teacher, Shanksy Zoo, and train you in the art of war, baby. So, this is all going to be about Alliance War, and the way that we're going to do it is basically follow my progress in every single war that we have. What I'm doing, what my thought process is, why I'm doing it, and if I do make a mistake, what I should have done better, could have done better, shoulda, woulda, coulda, that sort of thing. And purely focusing on this around my favourite mode in this game, and that is Alliance War. So, you can see at the moment, guys, I am in a gold 2 or gold 3 arena chart. Let's have a little look. I'll have to have a little check. I think we're gold 2 or gold 3. I'm not entirely sure. We are gold 3 at the moment. So this is probably going to be fairly close to where a lot of people are at. I have got a very big total collection power for this level. Formerly, I was part of a top 100 alliance. Was smashing it in. And there is a different mindset, okay, guys? Think no means about it. Whatever you're doing, there is a very different mindset. In fact, let me go over to this scene here. That'll be a little bit clearer. That'll be a little bit clearer, and I might disappear. There we go. So, as you can see, I've got very, very, very big total collection power. 7.3 million. War MVP 23 times. 137 characters collected. 102 of them at max rank. I love War. It's my favourite game mode. I was in a top 100 alliance for quite some time. They disbanded, and I wanted to have a bit of a more chilled out approach. But, for example, if I was in a top 100 alliance... We are 4 hours into this war. I've not attacked yet. That cannot fly in a top 100 alliance. If you're thinking about making that step up, or am I good enough to be in a very competitive alliance? One, you got to think of the time constraints. Can you get 5, 6 attacks in straight away, off the bat, like immediately? There's a very big difference between where I'm at now and where I used to be at. Because of that reason. That is mainly the number one reason, right? Right, what we're going to do, we're going to go into war. I've not been going crazy hard in Blitz at the moment. I'm not really super enjoying Blitz at the moment. The only Blitz that I am doing is so I can stack up on a little bit of war energy. If this series takes off, and if you guys want to see more attacks per video, that's what we'll do, right? So, I'm a firm believer, guys, of striking hard, striking fast. Let's get through this security room and see what we open up down below. So... where should we be looking? What we're going to do straight away, guys, is we're going to put a boost on, and we're going to go down to... we're going to be selfish here. We are going to be selfish. We're going to boost down on the back end of my guys. I'm going to boost the Asgardians, because they're a tough team to counter, and I'm going to boost the Mercs, because they're a tough team to counter. I'm only going to use 2 boosts in this war. Now, we've decided to go down Flight Deck 3. We've gone down through Flight Deck 3 and Cargo Bay. Cargo Bay is not... a global buff, so it's not a room that's very important whatsoever. We've also gone through Flight Deck 1 here in a little bit, but I feel like security, getting this bit down, is well worth my 3 attacks, right? I don't want to use an attack on this clearer, alright? So I've been a member of quite a few different alliances where if you make a mess, you clear it up. I will be punching down for a large majority of these fights, mainly because that's what my teams are built for, right? But unfortunately, I don't want to be wasting an attack on this 127k team. So we're going to hopefully get a clear up here. So, right, we're going to go up against the Wakandans on our first fight. Let's have a little look who we've got that can counter this. We can quite easily use an Aimtron team. I can probably use a Sinister Six team and burst them down. But I think for this one, I'm going to actually just use a bigger Wakandan team. Now, if you're looking on specific counters... I can go into these on different videos, or you can join my Discord. The link is down below. We've got an Ultron bot in there and a war counter bot in there that you can literally just go in w.c for war.counter and then put the Wakandan team in there and put 240k. And it'll actually give you a list of what teams should be used to counter this. But for this, I'm bigger across the board. I'm stronger. I'm tougher across the board. We're just going to use this team. Smash them down. Let's have a little look what their last room is. And hopefully someone can come in there and clean up that two-man defenders team, right? Worst case scenario, would I rather attack that defenders team than carry on down flight deck 1? And the answer is yes. But I would also probably rather start taking out the other end of security. So I feel like security is always going to link onto two decent rooms, right? Two decent rooms that we're going to want to take down eventually. So I'm going to go on to Okoye here to start with. I feel like Okoye is probably the biggest threat as opposed to anyone else on this team. So it's my breakdown is going to be, let's break down Okoye, and then we're going to take down Black Panther. We're going to use the attack everyone here, get a bit of damage on them, but Okoye's coming in there with all them assists. I feel like once you take out the claws of Okoye, you're in a much better situation to deal with the rest of the squad, right? So we're going to use the AoE slam there, even though there was no one super low. I just thought, you know what, let's get early damage out. We're not really too fussed because this is a punch down. That was a terrible decision. He wasn't charged, and I should have started at M'Baku and let him chain across. Now we're going to use the taunt. This should be enough to kill off Black Panther. It is. Now the only damage left in this squad is Killmonger. The only damage. So we're going to take out Killmonger. Unfortunately, they've got a taunt up. We've got nothing to go through the taunt. It is what it is. So we're going to have to go through M'Baku. Now, if you are at a fairly close level, there is an argument to be made for taking out Shuri super quick because she's going to stop healing them and stuff like that. But I really feel like when you're going up against the Wakandan team, Okoye, if you take her out early doors, especially if it's a big Okoye, if it's a scary Okoye, take her out, you're going to lose a lot of damage. If not, Black Panther, focus on their damage dealers, right? It's basically my main takeaway from going up against the Wakandan team. Now, don't underestimate the Wakandan team either. They're quick. They are quick. They don't have great sustain. You know, once they don't have great damage once they've shot their load. Excuse me. But they are quick. So, heavy burst teams work really well. You know, like Supernatural works really well. Sinister Six works pretty decently. You want that type of quick burst. Get them down, get their damage dealers out of there, and then just mop up, right? So that's our first win. It was a big punch down. Look, nothing flashy. It's what it is. I'm not always going to be looking for the craziest fights, guys. I'm not always going to be I will take them when I think we can win them. We're going to be doing punch ups. That's not what I'm saying that we're not going to be doing, but we're going to be taking a guaranteed 5 points 9 times out of 10, as opposed to I don't know if we can do this. So this is going to be one of them. I don't know if we can do this. I don't know if we can do this. We have got a punch down here with the symbiotes. And the symbiotes are a decent counter to the Asgardians. We're basically, this is one of the teams that can focus on killing the minions to get through to Hela, basically, right? So you get more energy, get more speed if you've got Carnage tier 4 when you kill these little Gregs. So this isn't a bad team to do this with. If not, I would be using my Fantastic Four. However, my Fantastic Four are like 370k, and that would be over 100k punch down. And I don't want to do 100k punch down. So this is still going to be a close one. This is no give me by any stretch of the imagination. Now I want to take out Thor as quick as possible. That could have actually nearly killed me there. I could lose this instantly. We've been burst down super hard, super quick. We are in a bad way immediately. I want to try to get the disrupt off going over here. And now we are going to go and we are going to... I think what we're going to try and do is spread that, kill the Greg, and get a bit of a hill going as well. Because I really don't want to be losing Symbiote Spider-Man there. So you see there that Thor's dead. That's a huge, huge thing for us. Excuse me. Right, now we've got no choice. We've got to go into Sif. So we've got no choice. We're going to use all them big hits and hopefully kill off even more of the Gregs and just basically heal up off the back of killing Sif, right? So this is the theory. It might not work. It might not work, but we're getting to the point where we are building back up Symbiote Spider-Man. Now we're going to do the slam, and we're going to kill off Greg. So we're going to lose turn meter, but we're going to gain health, and we're going to gain turn meter as a result of losing turn meter straight away. We see we get the AoE here. So let's go again. It would be an idea to go in and start focusing on Hela, but taking out Loki so they can't stealth anymore is going to be pretty massive. Right, now we've got no choice but to kill Greg. So we're going to be recircling until we get AoE attacks. So I'm going to be focusing on people that aren't next to Hela, basically. Unfortunately, we've got no choice on that one but to focus there. But ideally, I want Greg's next to Hela so I can target them and get the AoE onto Hela. Once we've got the AoE onto Hela and we kill her off using the stuns and stuff like that, we're laughing, right? We're absolutely laughing. If not, we're in danger of timing out. So we're going to kill off that Greg. We want them two Gregs still up. We'll kill off that Greg. So we're losing turn meter, but gaining turn meter. This is why you're in danger of timing out. So right now here, we're going to use the AoE and hopefully get through to Hela as we did. But it's not enough, right? It's not enough. So we're going to have to go here and get the AoE onto Sif. And we are in big danger of timing out, guys. We're in big danger of timing out. Hopefully, once we get a few more going, we'll be all right. It will spread, so we've got an AoE there, lovely. We've got an AoE here. So we're just using the Gregs to keep tipped up. So you see this Greg over here, he's doing none of us any favours. If we target him, we're not getting any AoE close to Hela, and that's where we want the AoE. So we're going to keep on targeting, because once Hela's dead, then this is a simple mop-up. But we are in danger. We are in big danger on that one. I might even have to hit auto and just hope for the best. But we've got some AoE coming in now. Hopefully with Carnage's AoE, we should be golden, right? As long as we take Hela out, this is over. But if we can't get through to Hela in time, it's over. Oh, target the wrong one. That was a terrible mistake. Right, we are looking bad here, guys. We are looking bad. I don't like this at all. I think this is going to be enough. It wasn't. Going to be so close. Going to be so close. Oh, no way. How is she still alive? Honestly, Carnage, you really need to go, mate. Wow. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. We're not going to be able to do it. We just got unlucky with the placements. Just got unlucky with the placements. Oh, that's super frustrating. We got Hela. We got Hela down in the last second. Oh! We got Hela down in the last second. Maybe I should have autoed it earlier. But yeah, that was super unlucky, guys. But that's how you basically do that punch down. Just try and recycle through them skills as quick as possible. Thor's got to die first. Once Thor's dies, you're okay. But we just got super unlucky there with that attack. So we have left a mess. We have left a mess. We're going to tidy it up, but we're going to tidy this one up as well. We are actually going to be spending these 2 attacks now, tidying this up. Or let's have a little look. We could look at flight deck. Depending on what's big, right? Is depending on where I go here. We could go through that team there. That would be super easy. We could go through that team. So for this team, I would be using power armor. For this team, I'd be using Black Order or possibly even this team to beat that team. But we need to tidy up our mess. And ideally, I need to tidy up their messes as well. But I don't think it's a wise idea. So I've only got certain number of attacks, right? As we all have, we can only do a certain number of attacks. Now, I don't want to be wasting these big teams clearing up that small mess. So what I'm going to do is cut the video here. I'm going to pick it up tomorrow morning when I can do another. In fact, no, I don't want to pick it up tomorrow morning. I want to do one more attack. And we really need to take that room down. Right, we are back. Me mate Riley jumped in there and done both of those rooms in security, cleared it up. And I was also so wound up, guys, about that time up. I was gutted, right? So I've actually upgraded my symbiote Spider-Man, who I was going to do anyway, and I've increased both of his AoE attacks and brought Venom up a little bit as well, and put some more damage into Carnage. So they're just going to be an even safer bet when it comes to countering these Asgardians. So it wasn't a problem countering the Asgardians. As you can see on the actual war result, yes, we lost one character quite early on. We nearly lost Symbiote Spider-Man quite early on. But that was just a result of bad target, right? A bad focus. If, for example, they had targeted Miles Morales or Spider-Man or anyone else, it wouldn't have actually bothered us whatsoever. It wouldn't have been a problem. So now we are on to a much bigger room. We've got Scott over here, or we've got Vash over here on the right-hand side. Now, I'm going to be taking down the right-hand side. Now, the med bay is one of those rooms. Ideally, you want to race to the armory. In my opinion, you want to race to the armory. That is one of the biggest rooms to get. It's going to stop their attacks down, things like that. But for the sake of making all of our lives easier now that we're going to take out this, we're going to attack Vash over here on the right-hand side. And we are going to basically work our way through his team. So we're going to start with his shield team. So there's a few different ones that you can use for shield. I'm going to probably use my Brotherhood on him, right? So what we're going to do, go over to the Brotherhood down. Now it's probably going to be a punch down again, but to be honest, we can only do what we've got in front of us, right? Now, in hindsight, should I save this attack till later? Yes, I should. But my thought process here is why I'm taking this punch down, even as one of the biggest hitters in this guild, is one, I want to film it for you guys. Two, I'm going over to the missus tonight, so I'm not going to be able to film my later attacks. So I'm not going to attack later. I'm literally going to save my attacks now till tomorrow morning. And I would much rather get this med bay down now to make the rest of the war easier for everyone else that's attacking. This is like an extra 40% HP for every single room defending, right? That's a big amount of HP. Let's take it away from them. So, med bay, armory, barracks, and engineering are your global buffs. Is it engineering or is it hangar? Might even be hangar, right? They are the ones that you want to take down, guys. Like bar, none, take them down, break their faces, break their little arts. Right, so if you're going to use Brotherhood to counter Coulson Fury, what you want to do is not blind everyone to start with. No. You want to put the disrupt and the slow on Coulson. Once he's slowed, life becomes a hell of a lot easier, guys. Like an awful lot easier. So we're going to go through all the motions. So it's a fairly basic shield team in here. To be honest, I should have actually thrown that over here. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to switch over. My main target, my main point of call is to actually get through to medic. But unfortunately, it's not going to be as easy to get through to medic on the first rotation. We're going to basically have to wait till Magneto drags everyone in anyway, right? To get through to medic because of shield security was over there and because shield security didn't have disrupt on. If we could have disrupted shield security earlier on, that would have been beautiful, but it's so much more viable to put that slow onto Coulson. So when Coulson goes, because he can go pretty quick, he can't actually then just give everyone offense up, call everyone in, take out your big damage dealers. You don't need that in your life. So deal with it this way. It's miles easier. Right, so now we're going to just focus on this. This is done and dusted, right? They've lost Coulson. They've lost Assaulter. We've got them all next door to each other. We're going to have to go in on medic as soon as humanly possible. Trouble is with going on medic now is the second that he drops below. In fact, the actual disrupt is up there, so it's even easier. So we just go straight through to medic. Don't worry about Fury at all. Don't worry about shield security. Take out. Literally, medic is your top priority when you're fighting this team, right? Medic, take out medic, everyone else just crumbles. Everyone else just crumbles. Medic, then Coulson, then Assaulter, then Fury if you want. It doesn't matter, you know, you're going to be golden. You're going to be golden. Now, that, unfortunately, was probably a 30 or 40k punch down, where we could have had up to a 60k punch up, depending on who's like super big there, right? But that could have been a really, really big punch up, not a problem. Right, so now we've got a Black Order team here, we've got an Ultron team here, we've got a Symbiote team here, we've got some teams here that could cause a bit of a problem, right? So, let's go for the Black Order team. We're going to spend these early energy, so we're going to go for the Black Order team. Who are we going to use against the Black Order team? I've not actually tried to fight them yet in war, and I don't know how tricky they're going to be. I type of want to be, because they're not a massive Black Order team, I don't know if this is going to work. But this is also going to be part of the series, guys, is we're going to try things that may or may not work, right? This is just filming my process, my thought process through war. This isn't going to be a perfect war every time. I'm going to try Aimtron versus the Black Order team. If not, who are guarantees that will win this? Fantastic Four, guaranteed win. X-Men, guaranteed win. Aimtron is not a guaranteed win by any stretch of the imagination, but I would like to give it a go. I would like to give it a whirl. Supernatural at this level, Supernatural may also have a bit of a punch down chance with them. Maybe. But Aimtron's one of them type of teams that I save for particularly tough teams, like particularly tricky teams. It really depends who's got blocks on and stuff like that. So I'm going to see what happens here. Straight away, we know if we do... You know what? We could just do that straight away. Turn one off the bat. Should have waited for that. That was a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake. Should have waited for that. That was really bad. I didn't think about Thanos. Really, really bad mistake there. So if you're using that, if you're using Aimtron, wait to pop your switch with Scientist Supreme there. I think that mistake may have cost me this fight. I don't know for certain. I still feel like we might be able to get around it. But that was too big a mistake straight away, super early on. Really bad idea that. So if we lose Scientist Supreme, this is pretty much as good as over as this is going to get. There we go. As good as over as this is going to get. But I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit this yet, although it's getting real close. I want to try that again without the mistake. Oh, right. I don't want to use that, but I need to. Because he's just going to eat it with the death proof. Really depends what type of damage they've got. We're going to take Cull out, definitely. We'll be able to take Proxima out next. I don't think we can save the show here. Big problems. Let's get some more minions in. We still might pull this back. It's doubtful, though. It's doubtful. Truth be told, if I weren't trying to do this for theories, I probably would have quit out and just saved this team. Never feel bad about doing that either, guys. There'll be plenty of times that we do that. There'll be plenty of times where I'm like, you know what, this ain't working, and we're just going to back out entirely. Now, I don't know if I want to take Ebony out or Thanos. I'm probably going to go for Thanos. Yeah, let's just try and take him out. Because he's got that big AoE, right? I think we could be all right here. I think Ultron may have just saved our ass. I'm just going to be using their basics at this point to make sure that we get his turn meter down and we kill him off. Yeah. You know what? That was crazy. That was crazy. I thought we had definitely fouled that. But we pulled it back. G bloody G, boys. Let's go. All right, Corvus is no problem at all. It's all over and done with. To be honest, I think Aimtron would work. One, do not switch the buffs around that early. Do not switch the buffs around that early. That was a terrible mistake. And that nearly cost us that fight. So if you're using Aimtron, they work, but don't switch the buffs around that early. Apply the negative effects first, then switch the buffs around. Right, that looks like it will work. Now, unfortunately, I don't have another attack good to go, so we're going to carry on this video tomorrow. It might be a long video, guys. It's going to be going through every single fight that I have in war over the course of the war, right? So, we are going to leave it there. We're going to pause there, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Morning, boys and girls. How the devil are we? Right, so we are kicking back in to this video. We are about 19 hours into this war, 18 and a half hours into this war. We are winning at this point by about 130 points, doing okay here. Let's have a little look on participation. Let's go for damage points. Wolverine's doing a really good job up there. Let's go for defend victories. Ogi Wan's doing an amazing job there. 10 defends, 7 there, 6 there. Let's scroll down, see how we're getting on. See if they bother to attack us. Right, they have attacked us. So let's have a little look what they've used so far at this point in the war. Okay, wow, okay, the room's still up. The room's still up. They attacked once, and then they bottled it. Ah! Let's have a little look at the history. So they attacked my Red Skull team with a 350k. Wow. 350k X-Men. So they tried to punch down with X-Men and failed. Ah! So it looks like they bottled it a little bit, right? And then they've gone back to work on security. They're going to take out security, so it's easier to get through the barracks. But we'll see how this goes. So basically, there's going to be a delay on all these videos as well, coming out by like 2 days. And that's to give my alliance, if they want, a chance to switch everything around. So you never know what we're going to be facing. My war defense will always be the same, though, guys. And I will do a video purely based on what I use in war defense. That'll purely be the same. Does it give me a slight disadvantage if someone knows what I've got? Maybe. Do I care? Not really. So, right, what we're going to do is we're going to carry on focusing on down the barracks. We've got 4 attacks. We've got another attack coming in about 2 hours, which I will film for the last bit. But we're going to start for this BKT team here. And for BKT, my favourite team to counter them is Power Armor. It's going to be a punch down. I wouldn't care if this BKT was like 500k. I would use this exact same team. But I genuinely wouldn't care what level this team is. I would use this. I don't think at this stage in the war, with only 5 hours left, with 4 attacks to go, 1 more energy bit to come, that it's worth holding on to these big teams. You know, I like to keep 1 back. I like to keep 1 back, 1 in the pocket, just in case. But other than that, I'm going to be running them, right? I'm going to be running them because I'd rather get this room down. If we get this room down, it's a big advantage for my alliance for the rest of this. So with Power Armor, always start with Rescue on a regen. Then you've got no choice but to use War Machine, obviously the turn meter. So you're going to go for his A2 there. Go for his special. It's normally going to be targeted on Groot. If you can target as close to Minerva, the better. Lovely. We'll get the ability block on them guys as well. Then we're going to get some speed. Then we're going to speed ourselves up to refresh this turn meter a little bit. And now it's easier if instead of Vision that you're using Ironheart. But honestly, this team's good as gold either which way, right? This team is good as gold either which way. And that should be it. JD, job done. Thanks for coming. Ta-da! All right, little 5 points. Let's see if we can fold up all 4 attacks on this room and really help collapse this room. So we know we've got a Fantastic 4 here We've got an aim team here that's not really that difficult to fight against. Now we've got an Ultron Coulson team. Okay. Okay, I've not fought this one before. Let's have a little look how we could who we could use for this. So I'm thinking it's going to be a punch down again, guys. And honestly, I do apologise with the punch downs. I can't help it. I can only use what I've got, right? I can only use what I've got. I can only fight what's in front of me. I am trying to pick the hardest fights that I can. I think I'm going to use Black Order on this team, right? I'm thinking about using Black Order on this team, then Fantastic Four on that team. Could make the most sense. This could be a little bit of a trick. It's not really that tough. It's not really that tough. And I don't really want to be holding on to these big teams. We've still got our big hitters to go. And if we don't use them now on a room such as this, when are we going to use them? You know, sometimes I feel like people can hold on to their big teams for too long. And at this stage, in a top 100 or a real competitive alliance, at this stage of this war, we should have full cleared by now. You know, and again, that's what we were talking about yesterday. The time constraints or the time expectancy that's expected within a much more competitive environment is crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. But that it just is what it is, you know. Would be on a full clear by now. Wasted energy, like towards the back too. Like most of the time, you'd get to 8 hours left of the war, and that's it. Like any other energy that because you've already bought attacks. Everyone's already bought attacks. Everyone's already just smashed the life out of it. So we're going to be focusing on Medic, and it just so happens that really nicely that Ultron is next to Medic, so we can do that AoE type damage at the same time. It is a bit of a pain that security now has taunted us. No, hopefully we should still be all right. I can't see me losing this. Let's go there for the AoE. Oh, that hurt. I think once the Thanos snap comes in, that will probably eliminate most of these guys. Alright, we're going to steal their health. Could even kill one or two of them here. If not, leaves them super low. That's Medic gone. Coulson's dead as well. We're going to go into Ultron. Make sure we burn his revive up. Get that Thanos snap out. Bop! And only Fury remains. Ta-da, son. Thanks for coming. Black Order's a crazy team. Like, they're a crazy defense team as well. They're quite difficult to counter. Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. That's my wake-up alarm. Ah! I'm already awake. I literally just got back this morning from the missus. Thought I'd jump straight on, get this segment of the war filmed. I really didn't want to be waking up with, like, wasted attacks, right? That was my big thing. So, right, now we're going to think about what is going to be harder for my teammates to counter. Defenders are going to be easier for my teammates to counter rather than this boosted Asgardian team, right? So I want to be taking on the toughest fights for my alliance mates as possible. You know, I'm one of the big hitters. I think I've got the biggest TCP in this particular alliance. Let's see, like, let's take the toughest fight that I can. And I feel like this is a big thing, right? If you always take the toughest fight that you can, that's available, obviously within what you're targeting, rather than looking for the easy fights, you know? Like, yes, take the easy fights, but use your super easy teams and stuff like that for them. But always try and take the hardest fight that you can handle. If you can only handle the lower one, sweet, go for the lower one. But take the hardest that you are capable of. So again, we're going to go in on Hela here. She will... Ooh, you know what? Yeah, we'll use that to start with. We're going to go in on Hela, and then we're going to go straight to Thor the second she cloaks. So hopefully get the stun. Maybe even kill her here if we get the right assist coming in, right? We didn't get the right assist. So right, now we go on to Thor. Ideally, we want to be killing Thor before the big stun. It's probably not going to happen. But one can live in hope, right? One can live in hope. Right, Sif's now got that taunt up, is what it is. We're going to take that big old slam. That's going to kill off two of my big damage dealers. That's a huge loss. That's a huge loss and a real big mistake on my part. That should kill off Hela, though. That should kill off Thor. Now we go on to Loki. And this should be, even with the 2 damage dealers, and I hate losing the Thing there. I hate losing the Thing. I don't mind losing Human Torch as much, but I feel like losing the Thing really hurts my damage output. But now we're just going to deal with these. You know what? That's perfect. If they can deal with the clones themselves, like with the counters every now and again, that's beautiful. Bum, bum. And the good thing about this as well, even though we're in like not great shape here, but the good thing about having our guys so spread out, as it were, is that Sif can't chain over to anyone either. All right, clear the defense up. She didn't even have defense up. There we go. Well, big hit for Namor and his JD, job done. It was a punch down again, but again, it was the toughest fight available to us for a room that we needed. All right. What else we got? What's behind door number 2, baby? So they've just taken a room off us. So even though that we're making progress, they've just taken a room off us as well. They've knocked down security, which, to be honest, is neither here nor there. You know, if they really want to make traction into us, they've got to go through us. And I feel like we've got a decent enough war defense that they're not going to fly through us. Right, now we go on to... We've either got the Wakandan team. I was actually going to go for this team here with my Sinister Six. Again, it was the biggest, it was the toughest team. But Brimmy Boy has decided to attack that. That's cool. So we're going to go on and we're going to try and outburst the Wakandans. This is going to be a bit of a risky one, but we are sat onto this 2-9. So what we've got left in the on the stockpile, we've got 295 on the Sinister Six. We got 330 with the Supernatural team. Sorry guys, it's still early. We got 400k X-Men team, and we've got our Inhuman team sat there around 300k as well. We've also got this BKT team sat here at 397. So we've got plenty in the tank. We've actually got more teams that we want to attack with than we can attack with. So this is where we start thinking, do we use the Sinister Six because they're good enough, or do we just blow them up because we've only got maximum 3 attacks, yet 4 big teams to still use. So I feel like we're gonna play it sensible and punch down even more. You know, so this team would be more than enough to deal with it. More than enough. I'm thinking who's got the least application elsewhere. So these guys can counter a lot of people. A lot of people. X-Men can counter anyone. Inhumans can pretty much counter anyone, few exceptions. This BKT team, even though it's huge, it's a behemoth, it's 400k, I'm probably not going to use it. I'm probably not going to use it anywhere, as opposed to, I'd rather the Supernatural team for a punch up than these guys on a punch down, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use them on this team, because this is just a war team that, one, they're very good, but they're not fantastic. You know, they're a decent team. They could almost be in defense, and I could take a different team out of defense to use for an attacking option, right? So this ain't a bad team by any stretch of the imagination, but with the options that I've got, it's probably my weakest of my options that's easily going to counter this. The reason that I've left the Sinister Six in there is in case we can find a nice little defender's punch up or something. And again, on a defender's punch up, I would rather the Sinister Six than this type of BKT team personally. You know, to each their own and all that, but that's what I'm trying to roll with here. So we're going to game Death Proof defense up, good as gold. Get the Taunt up again, might as well. Remember, we start with Okoye, then we take out Black Panther. Personal preference. Black Panther, then Okoye is fine. Killmonger's also a valid target. As long as you're taking out them damage dealers, you're pretty good as gold. Right, now, I would recommend going straight on to Killmonger, but literally sure he was one hit. So we're going to take that one hit where we can get it. and make sure she can't heal anyone up beautifully. And then it's all done and dusted. Thank you very much. Been a pleasure. See you next time. Well, all right. Now, we've got one more attack, I believe. We've got one more attack, I believe. And I think we might even need to buy that attack, but that's fine. You know, I try and buy a minimum of 3 attacks most times. This video, we might be a little bit lower. We might be a little bit lower on that. I'm not sure how much lower. Right, now we've got Coulson or AIM. Now, if we take this barracks out, it's going to make life easier for the rest of the group. We've also got an extra 100 points up there straight away as well by taking out this Coulson team. So the fact that no one's taken this Coulson team out says to me that no one's going to be volunteering for this Coulson team. So I'm going to volunteer for this Coulson team. And who am I going to use for it? You know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use X-Men. It's a massive punch down. I'm going to use X-Men. I don't care. You know it's there that I could put Cyclops in. Probably not. You know what? I'll do it. I could do it. You know what? I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother. Sometimes it actually helps a character not being in there, like Psylocke or Cyclops not being in there, because no one can chain over to my Phoenix anymore. Look, it's ideally you'd put another character in there, right? But we're still punching down, even at 4 characters. We're pretty stacked here. I can't see this going wrong. Look, maybe I'll have to eat a little bit of pigeon pie. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. So we're going to go on to medics to start with. We've got a Captain America in there instead of a Salter. Believe it or not, that actually helps us out. I don't care how big the Captain America is. The Assaulter with the extra crit damage and stuff like that just makes it a little bit more difficult. So we're going to let Phoenix die first, hopefully. Make sure you all beat Phoenix up. There we go. Hit her some more. She loves it. Go on, don't be shy. Keep hitting Phoenix. Alright, no choice but to go on to Captain America. I hate it when they do this. Why are you targeting other people? She is literally 1 hit. What are you doing? Leave Wolverine alone. This is where it goes wrong, right? Right, she's got the taunt up, so I don't actually want to put the taunt over there. Ah, she had the taunt up. There we go. The taunt's back up. Now, the AI has got to decide what's a more valuable target. And apparently, Colossus is a more valuable target than my Phoenix. Ah! Should have stuck with Colossus, boys. You should have stuck with Colossus. Thanks for coming. It's been a pleasure. There we go. Never in doubt. Whoppa! Right, so we've taken out the bigger of the 2 Coulson teams. Again, a massive punch up. I would be using this as a punch down, though. Not a problem. Not a problem. I would be using this as a punch up, punch down, whatever. They're going to counter any Coulson team out there. So now we are 2 hits away from a 200-point lead. We still haven't got the reactor. We're halfway down on the bridge. Although, at this stage, depending on who's got attacks left, I would probably recommend going barracks, flight deck, maybe the bridge, right? Maybe the bridge. All depends what options they've got available to them. They have got the bridge. They have ended up clearing this one from me. So they did clear this team. They put in a big team there. And they're using Mr. Sinister on offense. Okay. But they've got a lot to get through. They've got a lot to get through if they want to go down that path. But if they don't take the barracks out, the bridge is going to be harder. The armory is going to be harder. The med bay is going to be harder. So it's really going to be down to them. They've also got options. This war bay is no means done. I'll catch up with you for the last attack. In a bit. Right, we are back. Let's see what's going on. This will be our last attack of this war. Then we'll probably have a bit of a roundup of like MVP, who won, etc., etc., etc. in the next war. Right, so we have put on 6 defense victories. Okay, since last time we checked, 6 defense victories. That's absolutely huge. That is absolutely huge. So I'm guessing they've broken through our room by now. Let's have a little look who stopped them. Let's have a little look who stopped them, who done what, and then see where we are attack-wise. Right, so we're going to go into battle. Boost. Now, we only put out 2 boosts, remember. We were quite slack with the boosts. And we are still in this with our last team. We've still got 2 more teams on either side. But who actually done the damage there? So we had a victory with our Asgardians. We had 2 victories with our Asgardians. Who else got some wins? Who else got some wins? We got 1 win with the Mercs, 2 win, at least 2 wins with the Mercs by the looks of it. No, maybe 1 win with the Mercs. 1 win with the Mercs. 1 win with 2 wins. 2 wins with the Mercs. 2 wins with Mr. Sinister. It's not bad. It's not bad going at all. So we are going to lose that room, but that's 7 attacks that they haven't got to ping out elsewhere. And there weren't a lot of combat cancelled in that either. There was just a lot of bloody, they're banging trouble. Right, so we've got 1 attack left. 2 hours, 10 minutes on the war. Don't get another war energy for 2 hours and 26 minutes. So we've only got the 1 attack left. We've got 346k Brotherhood. Ideally, if I was hitting Brotherhood, I would have someone that, either like Aimtron, I would use versus this. So we can switch the buffs around, something like that. Supernatural may not be a terrible shout. May not be a terrible shout. But we've also got the Inhumans. The Inhumans getting blinded could be a bit of a pain. What else can we attack? If we don't attack them, we've got a guaranteed win here or a guaranteed win here. Oh, it's a tough one, guys. It's a tough one. We have got that targeted. They do want that down. I think what we're going to do is risk it. Although, to be honest, let's have a little look here. All these random attacks, they're no good. They're no good. Like 1 attack on Hangar, 1 attack on Reactor, 1 on Flight Deck. It's no good. We really want to be focusing. And ideally, taking the bridge would make a lot of sense, right? So, who is going to be our best bet to deal with the blinds? I think we're just going to punch down with the Inhumans. Because I feel like... Black Bolt will get the job done regardless, right? I feel like he will get the job done regardless. So let's do that. It's a bit of a punch down again, but it's the biggest chip on the board. It's the biggest chip on the board. Breaking that side down, it leaves the other side that's not boosted, not as great a teams. Ideally, with the Brotherhood, if you've got spare attacks, you can almost do a 1-runner. A 1-runner will basically, it will give away a defense win and it will cost a point, but Magneto will lose that early blind. So you can see we've got a few people blinded there, but we didn't get Black Bolt blinded. That's an absolute massive result. Alright, so we will cloak. We are blinded, so there's not much we can do here. We're just going to basically A1 this out at the moment. And then that way, nothing crazy should happen to us, right? And once we've got through this bit, we're good as gold to go. Right, now we want to go on to... You know what I want? I'd really like to take out Pyro first. I just used his basic there. I should have actually used the bigger hit. I think the bigger hit would have killed him. That was a bit of a mistake on my point again. We're going to use the AoE hit. That way Pyro's dead. Pyro going down, especially after Magneto's already used his special, like slash ult. His ult, isn't it? Yeah, once he's already used his ult, it's actually a really big hit. Pyro is super underrated in my opinion. Alright, we all took a lot of damage there. We lost... oh no, we didn't lose anyone. Okay. Okay. So right, we AoE it now. I think we're good as gold here. I think we're absolutely good as gold. I can't see anyone standing up after this. Okay, 3 of them still stand up. Ah, shows what I know, did it? Shows what I know, although we are cooking with gas. I can't see us losing this, that's for definite. Right, we'll get the heal going on Quake. It's not really essential. We'll get that AoE damage going. Let's see if we can just take Mags out. We can. Let's see if we can just take out Mystique. We can. Jugs is next. Bop. It was a punch down, but they were boosted. It was the biggest chip in play, and it was a very, very easy fight in the end. Very, very easy fight. So, what does that look like for our war? How did we get on with that war? Let's have a little look now. So, we are still over 100 points clear, right? Was it 100 or 200 points clear? Nigh on 200 points clear. We're working on their bridge. They are working on this barracks. They will get this barracks. There's no two ways about it. And then it really depends on how many attacks they've got left, right? But I think we're in a good spot. We've done 10 attacks on this war in this video. 48 points. So we did fail that symbiote attack versus the Asgardians, but that was super close, right? We got 7 defense wins. We done 7 million damage. Quite low for me, but a lot of these were punch downs. So we didn't really have anything else to go on, right? So we've done the most damage by quite a long way. We've got a good, healthy amount of defense wins. Straight away within that, we've got 24 defense wins, 30 defense wins, 36 defense wins in the top 5. We're probably looking good for MVP. We're probably looking good for a war, the war. All round, a good result. Right, guys. That has been it. That is my first episode of SHANKSY Strikes. We will go into a participation breakdown, show who won, who got the MVP in the next one. But if you want to see more of these war videos, guys, you know what to do. If you want to see more of these war videos, I want to see likes and comments. All right, so I'll trade you. I will trade you for likes and comments, and we will carry on this war series. I've really enjoyed making this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching. It's been an interesting one to film over the course of like a 24-hour period. So yeah, hopefully you guys like it, and we'll do some more. But that is it for me today. If you have liked it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Discord links down below, live stream links down below, yada, yada, yada. I love your faces. Be smart, be strong, be safe. And until next time, you take it easy.